All right, guys. So before we kick this off, I just want to go ahead and thank WWE 2K for sending me out some review codes, and that was the NWA or NWA, the NWO, the complete full game of the DLC and everything. Got all of it, and they sent me out multiple review codes. I've got the Xbox One or the Xbox Series X, the PS5 and the PC version. So I just wanted to thank them for sending me out those. I got them over the weekend, so I've had it now for a couple of days now. Been real hard on keeping everything quiet. Been wanting to talk about this so much and share stuff, but I had to wait before the embargo lifted, and that is today, of course. And then, of course, tomorrow, whoever ordered those editions will be able to actually play it. I'm not sure if it's at midnight tonight or sometime early tomorrow morning or whatever. But yeah, I've been ever since early this morning, been putting out a bunch of screenshots and stuff of the game. And so today we're going to cover a lot of the created superstar the creation suite and entrances and some other stuff like that. So I wanted to show some of that stuff. Like I said, if you're not following me already on Twitter, I'm gonna leave all that stuff down below or whatever, so you can hit me up there for a lot more coverage. And of course, we'll be talking some more and doing some more video stuff here on 2K as well, WWE 2K22 on the channel as well, of course. But yeah, definitely make sure you follow me there. I put out a bunch of screenshots, so we're not gonna be doing that on here today because, like I said, I already put out a bunch of screenshots really up close. The game is absolutely looking amazing, but let's go ahead and get right into it. I just wanted to shout 2K out for that and thank them for sending me early review codes for the channel. But let's go ahead and get right into what we're going to be covering today. So I'm going to go ahead and start off here as I'm showing off. Got the NWO coming out, the 4-man entrance. So I wanted to show that because a lot of people, we didn't really know if that was going to be a thing or if they just screenshotted stuff with them in there. So I wanted to show this is pretty cool. I did replace 6 or Xbox or whatever for Eric Bischoff. I don't know. I never really having 6 in this or whatever. I always like this one. So really, that should be X-Pac. That's in this entrance. That's actually his entrance for this 4-man. I really love how they recreated this. And for those that didn't know, I won't be showing it on here, but they do indeed have the 3-man NWO entrance as well. It's super cool, super cool. I do got the game playing on the back, and that is on the PS5. And most of the captures and the footage that I did for this video is on the PS5, and such an awesome entrance, man. They did really good. Really like that, man, that they included that. I mean, if they didn't, it's like what? But really super awesome. So I wanted to kind of start it off showing that. Really cool. I like that a lot. So yeah, anyways, so in the background, as you can see on my TV back here, I've got, I just put on the Royal Rumble. Hopefully that'll extend through the video. 30-man Royal Rumble. And I know I've checked some stuff, and you can actually do the Rumble in multiple arenas this year. You don't have to just do it in the actual Rumble arena. So that's really cool. All right, so here, I'm going to go showing down the Iconics. I wanted to show tag team entrances, and we're not going to go through each tag team and showing them. I just wanted to go down the list so that way you guys can see what exactly they have here. They got quite a few, to be honest, man. I'm kind of surprised. I know that some of these are original or older ones, man, and there's some that they did not take out, thank God. And then a few generic ones as well. Where, like I said, we're going to be covering a lot of the entrances and stuff, showing you guys what they have. it's a sad thing, man. They don't have the advanced, which I don't, they never had the advanced for the tag team and so on, anyways. But hopefully, maybe we'll get that back one day. I know that there was a lot of clipping issues, and they were saying that's the reason why 2K20 crashed a lot. All right, so this right here is going to be like all the 3-man tag teams. Let's see. We do have the new world order that you can select for the 3-man tag team, which is really cool. And I'll touch base on that in just a second. Well, actually, I'll go ahead and talk about it now. Like I said, this is all before the patch, day 1 patch, which we are going to be getting a day 1 patch. And I'll touch a little bit on that. I don't think it's went live yet. I'm not sure, but there is a day 1 patch for some stuff. So I don't know exactly, when the game is actually released for you guys tomorrow. Whoever ordered the new order pack game. So we'll see. But as of right now, you cannot select the NWO 4-man entrance. And the Hurt Business is also the same way. I think it's locked to them. So the 4-man NWO entrance for sure is locked to them, but you can select the 3-man. And the only difference is you don't get the X-Pac 6 or whatever entrance that goes along with that. Pretty much the exact same entrance except for X-Pac isn't there. X-Pac, and then Hogan's a little bit more in the middle. So they transitioned that pretty cool. They did a really good smooth job on that. Here's all the single entrances. This one's going to be a little bit longer going down. Obviously, you have a lot more singles. Really surprised on how many they have on here, especially not allowing us to do advanced. You can still change certain things in it, like, the themes and stuff like that, the Trons and stuff like that, but you can't go in and put different motions from different people in and stuff, which is really a bummer, really a bummer. But they said that, that was a big part of why 20 was crashing, was this and a couple other things that we'll get into here in a little bit when it comes to create a character. But yeah, so, and it's like I said, I was, talking to a couple buddies, with them removing that, they need to give us a whole lot of animations, past ones that we didn't have before, or even that we had before and they took out. Bring those back. If they're going to limit us to only being able to use, what's here and that's it, being able to create your superstar and make them your own is a huge thing in this series. So taking out that's a huge step back in my opinion. Now, if it makes the game run smoother and better, then okay. But my honest opinion, they had 2.5 years or more. So they should have been able to get that situated, in my opinion. But they didn't, so they took it out. So maybe they'll start from scratch with that and we'll get it back maybe on the next one, hopefully. Is what I'm hoping. I know a lot of you are too, because I know when we found out about that was a big shocker, and it was like, what? Like, oh my God. But anyways, there is a lot of selections here. They had a lot of generic ones too. I didn't play 20 much. I'm sure a lot of you maybe didn't either. I kind of like hung it up on 20. I got it from them last year for free as well, and I just couldn't do it, man. The game was so bad, and a lot of you that know me, I'm all about creating superstars and legends and stuff like that. So it was a herder, a huge herder, and I just didn't play the game. So a lot of the stuff that's on here that I'm saying, oh, this might be new, it may not be, but I know some of them are for sure. And then you can also see on here how they left some stuff in. I know that the Fiend's entrance is in for sure. So that's really cool because he is not in the game. They had to take him out at the last moment. He was in the game, and maybe we'll touch base on that another time. But he was in the game, guys. I did see footage of him. He is in the game, or was in the game. They took him out. Okay, so here, this isn't the main creation suite. I just kind of wanted to show Charlotte Flair. And dude, we'd be here all day if I was going to show everybody. Like I said, I took a lot of screenshots and uploaded them on Twitter. So definitely make sure you go check those out. But I kind of just wanted to show her because when we first seen her in the entrance, when they showed her, everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people were like, oh my God, what did they do to her? But I just wanted to show it. Like, she looks great. She really does. She looks amazing. They did a really good job. Okay, so now here we're in the creation suite, and here we're going to be here for a little bit longer, and I'm going to break a lot of stuff down for you guys and show you everything and kind of the speed. Now this may vary if you're on PS4 or Xbox One or whatever. It may be a little bit slower. The pace of everything switching in between stuff and swapping out stuff or whatever is a little bit slow, but it's not as slow as it is on the older gens. I'm pretty sure it's going to be slower, but it runs through pretty smooth. But yeah, we're just going through this right now, showing your persona. I didn't select it, and then at the time, I know that right now, the upload logo, where you can upload your custom logos or whatever, face textures, regular textures, that is actually open right now. I know not everybody has the game because it's not actually released yet, but it is now open. When I was making this video, it was not. So the last couple of days, it was not up at all. And even into late last night when I was on here doing some recording at like 1 o'clock in the morning, it still was not available. So that was something that was updated sometime today, sometime this morning. So that's really cool. But anyway, so I'm only being able to work with what I got here. I didn't keep any superstar, but I am going through and showing you guys a little bit. Some of you guys may have already seen some of this, someone else doing it or whatever, but I kind of wanted to break it down. Being a huge call maker, I kind of wanted to break it down and show you pretty much how simple it is. They really simplified a lot of it. I wouldn't really use these in-game textures that they've got for you guys to use, just because if you look around the facial area right here, it's not blended very well. But to test it out and to show you guys how well it does work, it does seem to work pretty good. And then of course you go up and you match the color with it or whatever, and that's pretty much what I'm doing here for you guys to show you how simple it is. And like I said, I didn't go real in on it. I kind of just lined everything up, showing you guys how to do everything. And then after this, I believe I go in, I mess around with the eyes just a little bit, and I'm going to touch base on that once we get there. I know that it's hard for some people, to create a lot of people actually, and it is, for someone that's not, used to doing this kind of stuff. I get it, you know what I mean? But someone like me, it's for them to, simplify some of this stuff. We haven't really got there yet. This is all pretty much the same. I will say, whenever I just showed you guys right there, the little where it's blinking blue, that I'm not a fan of at all, because like when you're trying to line the stuff up, and that's what I was doing, it's like almost gets in the way of how you lining it up when it keeps flashing like that. It was kind of annoying. I wish they didn't have that, to be honest, but I mean, you still get away with doing what you got to do. It's just, it makes it almost a little bit harder because it keeps flashing. Now right here, I'm going through all the stuff here. Now they still have all the sliders to be able to make and adjust your face the way that you want and need, especially if you're creating someone who's real, a real wrestler or whatever, or whatever. But yeah, they didn't change this, thank God, because this is a crucial part on making your character look how they're supposed to look. You know what I mean? So, but kind of just skimming through, and I'm not really sticking on any one area for too long. Dude, this video would be so much longer if I did. I already had to edit and cut out a bunch of stuff, or we'd be here for a couple of hours, and so I didn't want that. But yeah, I'm pretty much going through and showing you guys, the gist. Now this right here is the part that it starts breaking down, and I ain't go through every single thing, but you know, showing the veins here, and you can do that on your arms throughout your body or whatever. I mean, that's cool, I guess. I mean, that was a pretty cool addition. It was something a little different, not just making it all over your body. You can actually put it where you want, so that's kind of cool. Now here's some of the big changes. And I'm not a fan of it. I will get used to it, I guess, and hopefully one day they'll bring the sliders back. But they did this. A big part of the reason why they said the game also was, you know, crashing and doing this, or the body parts was clipping through each other. I mean, this is something we've had forever. So I'm kind of disappointed that they took out the sliders for the body parts. Now, you do have a bunch to select from, depending on, you know, the height or the, you know, the size and the cruiserweight, lightweight, heavyweight, superweight, so on and so on. So you do have a lot to choose from, but still not a fan of not being able to you know, to fluctuate with the sliders. I'm not a fan of that at all. Hopefully we'll get that back one day. They're I guess they're pretty much, like I said, trying to simplify it and dumb it down a little bit for people to make it easier. Now, I didn't go all the way through it on there, but as well as you saw when you make your selections or whatever on your body parts, that also messes with your height and your weight. You cannot select your weight anymore and slide it up. That's all based on the size that you pick of your guy, the body weight of him, the way he looks, and this and that. And I'm still going in and out of it and showing you guys, but you do and you can change the height. Now, when you change the height of the character, that's, as you can see right here, that's where the height or the weight fluctuates up and down. Really weird on how they did that, because I mean, not everybody's a super heavyweight, and you'll see it here in a minute. But like right now, so this guy is like around 6 foot, 270 pounds or whatever. It's a heavyweight, fine. But now once you see how now, like I said, it depends on the morph that you pick. But the higher you go up in height, the weight goes up, of course, and he turns into super heavyweight. Now, they were showing super heavyweight around like 260, 270, depending on like the body part that I picked in height. And he doesn't even look. So that part is still kind of confusing to me, why that's like that, and you can't go in and change the actual weight. It's just confusing me, because the move sets now are also tied in, which I know that they were before, but the weight, the move set, all that stuff is tied in to the body you select. So if your guy is, you want to make him 6'9", like he shows right here, but he's not 300 and some pounds, you only want to make him maybe 280 or 300 or whatever, that's all going to be tied in to the moveset as well. So like I said, I'm not really a fan of that at all. We'll see how it goes as I really get into creating people, and you as well. We'll see how it works, see how it goes. And like I said, some moves are going to be restricted from how you make your guy. So that's something you're going to have to just play with. As I'm showing you right now, once again, going down and it's changing everything, and just really weird how they did that. I don't know why the weight is tied in to the height. Shouldn't be like that. Hopefully that'll change in time, because I definitely do not like that, and I don't know how many people who actually will. Like I said, they're trying to simplify it for people that aren't as good in creating characters. I get it, man, but at the same time, it's like, you know, not a fan. Still bouncing around on this, just wanting to make sure you guys get, you know, at everything. And like I said, I didn't go through every selection on every part. And like I said, there's a cruiserweight, lightweight, or whatever, heavyweight, and super, or whatever heavy. And there's multiple body selections that you can pick from. And since at the time of not being able to upload textures, the guy that I'm making right now, I'm just kind of, like I said, just messing around, toying around with. Later today, I will be uploading some stuff and making my character. first of me or whatever before I really dig in and start making some legends and stuff. Some of the people that I know that I'm known for making or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna start off with my guy, see how it works, see how he comes out, see what all I gotta do. You know, every one of these games, textures that you've made in the past or even last year or the year before or whatever it was, on 19, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Some of those textures might not work. You might have to redo them, or so I don't know yet. Like I said, I have not uploaded anything yet and tested it out, and that's kind of why I'm just goofing around in this mode right now, just to show you guys. But like I said, later on today, I will be diving in a little bit more and testing everything out even a little bit better and seeing how my guy comes out. I know on 19, man, I knocked it out of the park with my guy and a bunch of other people that I helped out with their calls, and then of course a bunch of legends that I made. 20, it was a horrible. I made my guy on there, and it just nothing worked. Everything was glitchy and just yeah. I think I made like myself, a buddy or two, their call, like their faces and stuff for them, and then I think I made like 1 or 2 people or something like that, like for legends wise, but one of them didn't even get uploaded just because the game wasn't working right, and he wouldn't even let me apply his textures and stuff, his tattoos. So I couldn't do it. I gave up on that game. But I will say this, like I said, I haven't messed with the textures yet because at the time of doing this video, it wasn't available yet. Hopefully we don't have any issues with textures, but playing the game, and I know I'm not showing too much, I'm not really like gameplay here because you're going to see that. We've already seen, some stuff. I wanted to kind of concentrate on this. But as you can see in the background, hopefully you can see it. That's a little bright over there. But all the matches that I've seen so far, all the entrances that I've watched so far, even some of the matches, which I haven't played a whole lot of, I've watched a lot of stuff for the videos and for purposes in the video to give my review on it. I have not seen no crashes or any bugs yet. So that's a huge plus. I'm loving the way the camera angles are. The camera angles are absolutely amazing. I love it. The game plays really smooth. I know when they first showed us the new mechanics and this and that on some of the stuff that they changed up, a lot of us was kind of worried, like, how's this game going to play? I'm gonna tell you what, this game is actually, it's fun. It feels new. It doesn't feel like the same old rehashed thing. So kudos to them for getting the game to actually work. A lot of people is worried that this is going to be 20.2, but no, it's actually not. It doesn't feel anything like 20 in my opinion, or anything like what we've gotten from them in the past. It actually does feel like a new game, new gameplay, fresh. It's fun. And I'm giving my honest opinion. Like I said, they didn't pay me. I know they gave me these free review copies for my consoles or different platforms, but they're not paying me for my review or my opinions. And like I said, I've already stated some opinions, some stuff that I'm not happy with. But the game does, just letting you guys know, it does feel really good. It looks amazing. The models look fantastic. And like I said, definitely go on my Twitter and check out a bunch of the screenshots that I showed today up close. And I think you're going to be amazed by the characters. The models just look great. I did run across a couple of models that need work, like Macho Man. He's got a new model this year, but still it still needs some work. I think it's definitely better than last year's and what we've gotten before or whatever. But it still needs a lot of work. Ultimate Warrior, I know I showed him earlier today too, this morning. He got a new model as well, and man, it looks great. It looks really good. Looks really good. So much better than last, or the 2K20s and therefore and so on or whatever. They just did a knockout job on his model, and the same with a bunch of other characters on here. Andre the Giant. I know, I mean, it's like, how do you get a good, you can't obviously scan dead people or whatever, but I've seen some of the scopes out there, man, some of these modders in the community, and it could definitely be better. It's not horrible. It does look like him. I think it could be better. A lot of the stuff that I'm showing right here with the hair and the body hair and stuff, I'm really disappointed when it comes to this. I'm not sure if we got any new hair other than what we've got on 20. I know there was a couple of new ones on there that we got. All that's on here. They didn't remove anything from there, but the same body hair, like half of them are goofy, and like who's really going to use that unless you're like making a goofy character, I guess. But someone like me and a lot of other people I know, it's like, man, we need more hair. And to be honest, we should be allowed to able to, you know, to put multiple hair parts on it. And I don't know. I just never understood why they haven't implemented that yet. Hopefully one day they'll give us more, or at least allow us to put more of one together. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about, obviously you can do the back and the front and the arms, but you know, multiple chest and stomach ones, you know, and so on. Okay, so here I pretty much went through most of the accessories. I did skip one or two because it was pretty much the same thing. Now they did add a few new masks in, which I showed, and some shirts, obviously, from, you know, other new characters that we've gotten or something like that. But I am going through and showing you some of the stuff. I did skip some of the things. Now here's something I do love. Now this might also be, here we go, right there. The bandanas fit really good, really good. They're not sticking way out anymore, and that goes with a lot of these accessories. They fit like they're supposed to. They're not looking bulky and sticking out all over the place and looking stupid on your character. So that's awesome. That's awesome they fixed that. Also, again, I think that has a lot to do with, you know, being able to morph your body, you know, like you used to be able to. So maybe that had something to do with it. I'm not sure. Even though you can still morph your face with all the sliders, I don't know. Maybe they just finally got it right. But I'm all for it, you know, because now these pieces actually fit on your guy's or female's character smooth and good. So as a creator, I love that. Here we go. And just like I said, just going to show some things here. Sorry if I skipped over anything that you might have wanted to see. I kind of just wanted to, you know, kind of show you guys how stuff looks now on characters, and some of the stuff was the same. So didn't want to hang around on that for too long. And as you can see right here, the Hogan bandanas as well fit like a charm now. This one's a little bit, I guess it sticks out a little bit, man, but it's still way tighter than what it used to be. The yellow one seemed to be like it fit a little bit better. I do love how, since they took away the sliders on the body morphing and stuff, how we can actually make a true obese or fat dude or whatever, and or female and whatever. So that's cool. I just wish, you know, already touched on that though. Here we go, and just showing you guys a little bit more of the head accessories. We'll be getting down into the clothes here in a minute. Let's see. I did skip over. I think next is going to be what, like mask. Okay, here we go. They did add a couple of new ones here on this. I know. So a lot of people was wondering if the Fiend's mask was in. Sadly, it's not. But once we get all the way down here to the bottom, I think there is something, especially with depending on what hair you pick. I think there is something here that you will be able to use and mess with, and of course apply maybe textures to it, and it'll work. So whenever we get down here, pretty sure it's on this selection. Yep, there we are. So there we go, right there, guys. Those two, not necessarily that one, but possibly this one. I'm not sure. And I forgot. I was thinking that the top of it was open so that the hair could come through it. So maybe not. I was going to say one of those, you might be able to do something with the Fiend, but that one, it was completely covered, so the hair is not going to come through it. So never mind on that. The other one, who knows? Maybe if you use textures, yeah. But yeah, so the Fiend mask is definitely not in. His attire, they do have his tire, I believe, the top, and then the bottom part, the pants or whatever is in for sure. Might be to do something with one of those masks. So I did show the glasses, and here's the face cover. Some of this is just same old stuff, man. Like I said, there might be a couple of new additions on here. It might just be from 20 as well. I did skip over the piercings, and I know that some of you guys might be like, "Why'd you skip over that?" There was nothing new in the piercings, at least that I didn't see or couldn't remember correctly. I'm pretty sure all the piercings are the same. There's still no gauges, which is crazy in my opinion, because we now have Jeff Hardy now for back a couple of games now. He obviously has gauges, so and you know, a lot of people have gauges. So still gonna have to go and do the whole texture thing and make it look like it from the front and back, which is, you know, whatever, I guess, man. But should have added gauges in finally, and they didn't. So that's kind of why I skipped over the piercings, just because they hadn't changed at all. Maybe look better or fit better. I did go and look at stuff, and so that stuff might line up better on your character, but other than that, there was nothing changed. A lot of the tops and stuff like that, pretty much what we had are still there. I believe that they did add some new stuff, obviously from some new characters that we got, maybe a few more generic ones. So that's cool. Always give us more. Don't take away. More the better. And that's another reason why I was kind of surprised about the hair and the facial hair and stuff like that. Like, we've been asking for more of those for the longest time. I will say this, I did not like go through a bunch of the hair stuff and select it on the character. I didn't even save this character because, like I said, this was just for the video purposes. So I'll be able to dive in a little bit more when I actually start creating and seeing what the hair looks like in game. I know you can go through and change it. There's like a gloss on it on some of these. So I'm not sure what it looks like in game because, like I said, I didn't save this character. Hopefully, I know that you can change that and you can dull it down, so that's cool. It's not, everything's not all gonna be glossed over. You can dull it down and make it look more natural. I know some people were complaining about how it looks a little bit Gumby or whatever, Play-Doh-y or whatever. So I'm not real sure exactly how that's going to transition over into game. Hopefully that it's a little bit better. I wish I would have actually saved this character now and actually tried out some of those, but I did not do that. I did select them. When you're actually on the game itself looking at it, it's not as bad as like some of the screenshots show. But so I do know that you can take off the shine for sure. But like I said, day one patch is going to be coming up tomorrow. So hopefully that might fix some of that issues if there is an issue with that. I did notice that I didn't see hair flying everywhere or nothing like that. So that's good. That's actually, you know, hopefully the hair is working really good now because I didn't see anything messing up in calm mode at least. Also, with the new body shapes and all that, especially not being able to pick your separate pieces and stuff, the clothing fits really good now. Obviously it should because of the way that they've got the modeling now for the characters, but yeah, the clothes fit really good. There's no clipping issues at all, which is awesome. Even some of the limitations that I'm showing here or that's being shown on you know, the morphing and stuff, I'm sure, you know, there's a lot of talented creators out there. You know, I like to think that I'm up there in that talent pool. We'll figure it out. You know, we've had to deal with worse. 15 comes to mind on the Xbox One and PS4. You know, creating was horrible on that game, man. Other than, you know, switching from the 360 and PS3 where clothing wasn't like actually sticking out in 3D like. Other than that, the actual character creations was horrible. So it's not, we're not back there, at least, thank God. So anyways, like I was saying, yeah, we'll figure it out, man. I'm pretty sure that, you know, myself included and some of these other really talented creators out there are going to be able to knock it out of the park. We'll be able to, you know, we'll be able to bring it. Once again, just going down and showing some of the stuff that they have in the game. I haven't created, like I said, I didn't really create on 20 at all, man. So some of the stuff, and that's why I'm showing this stuff, because I know for sure, and maybe some of the other stuff I didn't or whatever, because I knew for sure it was in the game. Some of this stuff, I know that there is some new additions. So that's why I'm kind of scrolling down here. Obviously not going to show both hands with it being the same. Royal Rumble still going on in the back. Yeah, man, game looks so good, dude. It does. It really does. It looks really good. I'm actually, I was ready to, you know, I was going in with some skepticism and hate because of how bad 20 was, and I was like, you know, I mean, I'm not living. I'm not, you know, I'm not gonna get this hype. I'm not gonna be hype. I'm not gonna, you know, be let down again. So I'm went into this thinking that this game was going to probably not be as good, but you know, it really is fun. And I know some people might hate on me and be like, oh, you're just trying to be a little fanboy now or something like that. And because I'm definitely not a fanboy. I'm going to let you know, what needs to be improved and where they need to fix stuff and bring stuff back, like I said. But with that being said, the game, it really does look great, guys. It and like I said, I don't know what the PS4 and the Xbox One version looks like. The PC version is supposed to be Xbox One and PS4 version, is what was being said. I honestly didn't notice a huge difference. And like I said, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X version might look a little bit crispier. You know, it might look a little bit better and run a little bit smoother, but I honestly didn't notice hardly no difference at all, to be honest. I think it really matters on your rig, you know, your PC, your gaming PC or whatever, and your monitor. You know, I got a pretty decent gaming PC and a really good monitor, so everything worked great for me and it looked amazing. I couldn't really tell the difference between this and that version, to be honest, for anybody out there that's wondering that. Also, some of the stuff that some people were showing earlier within the last couple of weeks, that some people was like, that doesn't look that great. Is that the current gen, which is, you know, PS5 and Series X or whatever, or is that the last gen? And you know, some people were, even myself, was kind of like, man, it better not look like that, because some of the screenshots and some of the stuff that they were showing, you know, 2K was like, oh my God, this is mind blowing. And then we were showing some other people's stuff and it was kind of like, why does it look so, you know, it's got to be the older gen. Like I said, I don't know what those look like. I don't have those versions. Well, I guess I do have the PS4 version and the Xbox One version as well, because that was included in the big NWO package, you know, where you got multiple, but I obviously did not install those. I just installed the PS5 and the Series X and the PC version. I just installed those. So I can't actually answer that question for you guys, because I didn't want those multiple versions on there and then accidentally going into it while I was doing this recording. But I will say, I honestly don't know. I can't answer that question. I'm hoping that it's relatively close. Again, like I said, the PC version is supposed to be the PS4 and Xbox One version. So, and if that is the case, it was like right on with these, pretty much right on. I mean, there might have been a slight difference in graphics. And I do like the way it looked on here a little bit better than my PC, but it was really close, guys. And the performance it played exactly the same. There was no missing modes or anything like that. The game was pretty much the same. So hopefully that answers your questions about that. Almost done here showing the stuff off here. I'm really ready to dive in. I know you guys are too. I'm really ready to dive in and really start, messing around. I haven't played with Showcase yet. So when I was going through those entrances, some of the stuff that might not be there or not, because I know so far, like I said, I've got the NWO edition or whatever, so I automatically was able to unlock everything. They are not showing DLC yet. We don't know exactly on that. I know that some people have shown screenshots of what they're called, but we don't actually know what's in it yet. So I don't know what's in it yet. But like Eddie Guerrero, Shawn Michaels, Batista, and I'm assuming a few other people were not unlocked for me yet, even though I had the unlockable thing. That is something you actually have to go through and play. I'm assuming like the showcase, Rey Mysterio showcase. I haven't played that yet because I was so busy on doing these other things. I just haven't got around to it. So that's really cool that they did not unlock, I guess, you know what I mean? So that way you can actually go in and unlock them as you play, like it kind of was like old school days. So that's really cool. Once again, just going through this stuff. Oh, and I will say this too, attributes. Attributes, I don't know why I didn't show it here, but attributes have changed. You don't have as many. Go ahead and get off of that. But yeah, attributes have changed, guys. It's not as many. Like mic skills aren't there anymore. Something else. There's a few things that are different. I want to say there's a couple of new things on there, but it's definitely not as much as it used to be. So you don't have to select as many things, which is kind of cool. It still limits us only to be able to go down to 30, which I don't really like, but it makes sense, I guess. But for some people, but like when it comes to like big people like Andre or whatever, so to speak, I should be able to go down lower than 30 on some of those things. But yeah, attributes have changed. Doesn't give you as many to select from, which is cool, I guess. Mic skills, I never understood why that was a thing on there anyways. Hey, the Rumble's over, and who won it? I think it was John Cena, maybe. Yeah, John Cena. But anyways, so yeah, that's gonna be it for today, guys. If you guys have any other questions, make sure you leave them down in the comments. If there's anything else you would like to see me, do video wise, which I'm going to be doing more stuff as time goes on, obviously. But if there's anything else, that I might have left out, also, or leave down in the comments, let me know. Also, make sure that in the description, like I said, or down below, I will have my Twitter down there. But you can find me at Daniel, aka D, or Tatted Up Gamer Dude, or whatever, however you want to type it in, I'll pop up. Make sure if you're not already following me to go there as well and hit me up and see all the screenshots and stuff that I showed today. I'm going to be putting more stuff up as well. Just let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll do my best to let you guys know and give you more information. Like I said, the game's going to be out for the NWO release tomorrow. The next the other version, the regular version or whatever, is the 10th. So still got a few more days, 2 or 3 more days for that or whatever. But yeah, in the meantime, let me know what you guys think. Overall review, I like the game. I really do. It feels fresh. It feels new. It's fun. No issues so far. Can't wait to really get started uploading logos and stuff and really start digging into creating. This is going to be a fun one, guys. Finally, yeah, this is going to be fun, even with some of the limitations that they've given us. I do feel like this is definitely the better game and the most fun game that we're going to have in the last few years. So, and that's my honest opinion. if I had to rate the game out of a 10, I haven't dug deep enough, truly deep enough to say, but my honest opinion right now, easy 8, 8.5, maybe 8.5. And I almost want to give it higher than that, man, just because of how everything flows, how everything looks. Like, I've not really came across a model other than like a couple or whatever that was kind of like, a lot of them look great. A lot of them look great. Once I dig more into the game, I'll be able to give a little bit more of my opinion on it. But right now, that's my review, guys. The game is really good. It feels good. It feels fresh. It feels new. It's not some rehashed game. And so I hope that answers a lot of you guys' questions about that. And if you haven't pre-ordered yet, you're not going to get burnt like you were on 20. I honestly say if this is something that you really are interested in, you've been playing 19 for the last few years like we did and I have, this is definitely not 20. It's not 20.2. It's a good working game and it's fun, and the camera angles and all that, it really feels like a whole new game, and it's fun. So that's my review, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Like, if you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and also follow me on Twitter to keep up some more updates on not just gaming stuff, but WWE 2K. But yeah, you guys have a great one. And like always, game on.